do 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 do. It's not that scary. What is going on? I see two people. There's two people watching. So now you know what I'm gonna be for Halloween. Halloween reveal time. Yeah. Leave it on? Alright, I'll leave it on. Currently in the middle of watching Legacy Media. You know exactly what's on the TV right now. And it should be absolutely nothing else but Dolly Parton. I will not change the channel, and I am not going to cry again because Earth, we live here for a certain amount of time. All this stardust that did something, we have all these explanations for it throughout time, and we've manifested here over 13 billion years. The dinosaurs were here for millions and millions of years. And then for us to be here now for what we can only assume is maybe 100,000 years, right? Ish. We're here right now. All of that happened for you to wake up every single day, have that coffee, right? Hydrate. First thing we do every day. Every star goat in the universe. Yeah, I'm telling you, I was on that bus yesterday. I was I was moved. I made an announcement. I went up and I told the bus driver, I was like, "Hey, bro, I know you're like locked in right now, but you should know." And he knew. Like somehow, for some reason, I knew to tell him, not announce it to the whole bus. And I knew not to do that. A few other people I spoke with, they also, um, like a lot of people, definitely 100% moved. Just when you really think about the life and impact that Dolly Parton had on us. Whew. Talk about a person that has really good questions to answers, right? And I labeled today's show as I pronounce it synesthesia, right? Is that how we say the word? So that is considered a condition where a person will see, hear, taste, associate, basically live in a different reality than normal people, right? Um, my early understanding of the subject came to be I scrolling through old internet uh, .net .orgs, and I stumbled across this Dr. Hugo Herman. That's Heyerman. Heyerman. I could be saying that completely wrong. So I want to share the screen with you, and this is something that piques my interest. This website is called the Museum of the Mind. No, not that one. Let's see. I think oh, because I have this opened on, because I have Explorer and Google Chrome open, so let's just, have another moment of silence. post in the comments. What are you going to be for Halloween? I know everybody's, got big plans. You're going to go out into the world and, spread joy and cheer, right? Regardless of the holiday, right? That's what we do. All right, let me big screen this and then open new tab, Control V, enter, and then hit share screen again. And this time, because the Google's all interconnected here, net.art. You will love this, I promise. This is right up your alley. If you clicked on the link today to see what I was going to be talking about, because we have a solid hour that we're going to go into the energy fields, where we exist and how we exist and why we exist. Just kidding. We're going to sing music. So this is the website that I have shared clips of this website over history, various times on the timeline. I will put different things that I feel like might pique your interest. Anybody's. It piqued mine, so. But where do we exist in reality? We have a lot of the surface level stuff that we make up to better interact with one another, right? And then we have dreams, we have emotions, and then some people have no emotions and they say they have no dreams. And sure, we can look into their minds, we can, give them MRIs or put little one of those diodes or little things to take measurements of what parts of their brain are lighting up and activating. We have science right now. People have been since around the time I discovered this. Let's click on one. Art and synesthesia. There we go. And these are all studies. These are all just forever descriptions of what people might be experiencing that has some explanation, but not a lot because it's not the norm. It's not the status quo, So I put these glasses on and I do that because like basic words and everything, they start to get like this haze, right? Have you ever seen those magic eye posters, right? And if you ask the AI is like, no, that's just, your brain's just doing things with your eyes and nothing special's happening. Like, what do you mean nothing special's happening? That's kind of weird, right? For the longest time, I had no way I could see those things. I was the guy in Mallrats, everybody walking up. It's a sailboat. It's a sailboat. Like freaks out. That was totally me at one time. I'm telling you. Okay, so let me click on something that I know everybody's like, wow, that's just interesting as like not. How about we go to some of the art? Uh, continue to site. Why did it bring us to Yahoo? Oh, Dolly. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna scroll the internet together. Let's go back here, see if that works. There we go. Okay. There is a place in here where we would find here's some collections, right? Maybe fine arts collection, New York. Okay, so let's just more information. Here we go. Exhibitions. Yeah, look at this. So when you see his art, I follow him on Facebook and he posts a lot of this art. I don't want to get stuck on anything for too long. But you can see what's going on if you stop, right? At any point in time, currently people like to say reality only renders when somebody observes it, right? Because of the whole slit light experiment. They send the photons through the slits and it hits the wall and creates a whole bunch of little particles everywhere. And they're trying to figure out, what's going on. Why doesn't it just follow the path that it would if somebody was observing it, right? That's a good question. Well, imagine over the billions of years that we've existed and we've got to this point right now, okay? And everything that has consumed something grew and folded back into the system and is just this constant folding and unfolding and merging of, right? Okay. But it all started off with that flash. And if you go into let the sunshine, let me click out of this, you guys. You guys can go explore that on your own now. There's no time on that. That's why you can look at me. Now you want to look at my ass. That's really why you clicked on it. You're like, oh, I gotta log in for this. I gotta find out what's going on. It's Halloween time. We're gonna have some Halloween fun. This is definitely what I'm gonna wear. Put hood on. I'm gonna be like, do. It's Fortnite. No, actually, I have no idea what this character represents. It could be anime, Pokemon. Does anybody know? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Do. That'll just drive me nuts. Actually, I might just wear it like that. Then I could probably paint the face on the back of my bald head, and then like make these horns. Oh, I can make like a. Ooh, that would be dope. If I put like a devil or even a goat. It doesn't have to be a devil. I could put a goat on the back of my head, just like the snout, like a 3D stencil print thing. Just put it on there and like pull it off. And so like from the back, it would look like I would look like a goat, right? And then from the front, and then the top, I could do something else with that. That's the reality we created. The environment that we live in. Yes, I was playing the piano earlier for everyone. I wonder how that sounds on this, though. I really do. Hmm. I do want to put this out here. I always try to. Come on the show with me if you'd like. I have this StreamYard subscription, honorable mention to the service that provides the ability to stream live on X, Facebook, I think TikTok even, definitely YouTube. And I would love for you to come on down and let's just have a chat. Let's talk about the colors of the world, right? A lot of people are like, the sky is definitely sky blue. And we all agree on that. And what about the people that are seeing the sky as this huge rainbow of colors? And not just the sky, but everything between my eyeball and the sky, I can see. Every single little particle, I can see my white blood cells floating on my eyes. I had to look it up. I was like, am I seeing spots? Am I tripping? What's going on here? No, it's because the more you practice with your peripheral vision, the more you're going to see. And then I think I can't see, and I get these because I'm always literally head in the clouds. I'm up there, I'm like looking, I can't help it. I'm like looking at the sky, and I'm like, there's no way nobody else sees this. Because if you saw what I saw, I don't know. I think the world might just stand still and just look for a little bit. James Redfield got into frequencies, cymatics. He did not say the word cymatics. Cymatics is another topic that falls into what I would call the synesthesia realm. Much where, for instance, you get goosebumps when you hear music, right? You feel that, right? You can feel the music. Okay, so as you heighten your sensitivity to not just the reality around you, but to yourself, you will start feeling your blood flowing. Oh yeah, you can. You don't need to go to the doctor and get IVs or, to fill that cold flush or whatever, that you can feel. No, you can literally do that. And that's a lot of what I believe we don't practice enough. We just don't. It's not encouraged. Um, so peculiar. Uh, and the absolute reason why I wrote this book, which I know a lot of people like to come on and see what crazy talk I could be possibly talking about. Is it crazy? No, it's not. It's the actual reality of the situation. For centuries, for centuries, a long time ago, somebody figured out the more you practice congruency with your own body and centering, they figured this out. They knew. They were like, how can we get people to be more rigid, like mathematical and logical, not as grounded as now we're going to call it wishy-washy or pseudoscience. How can we get rid of that part of the belief system within the mind? And we created the schools of thought, and the proof is in the pudding. You cannot, with our minimal magical skill, let's just call it what it is. It's magic, right? Pseudoscience. It's not possible because it's so limited. There's no way you could fight against the elements, force majeure, as it would say, a force of nature, right? You cannot go against that. Argument over the pyramids and the size of these blocks and how that was possible, anything's possible. It's right there in front of us. How they did it, we can guess and guess and guess, or somebody could just make a time machine already, right? Silly human beings. Travelers to out to space. So, out of defiance, I created this book. It is an exercise journal to practice teaching your non dominant hand how to write legibly. And by doing this practice, just like anything else you would do, but by doing this specific practice, you are activating very specific parts of your brain hemispheres. And the neuroplasticity you will enjoy is phenomenal. It is exquisite. It's like coffee and toast on a rainy, cloudy day, and the fog's rolling in. You can hear the ocean waves. Smell the salt water and the squid. I'm not kidding you. A lot of the meditative practices, a lot of the religions of the world, the most devout practitioners of those religions have the same exact goal: oneness, peace, understanding, fulfillment, enlightenment, nirvana, right? And along comes everyone else. How do you interact with that? You see so much more than what the majority votes on and decides is going to be the reality in order to propagate and, keep us going, right? It has to be done. We have to have air conditioning and cars and airplanes, right? Travel is important. And for a few hundred years, it's great. Watching documentaries and looking back at all of these monuments and things, and asteroids aside, doesn't it seem like we did harness electricity at one time in history? It does almost seem like that, doesn't it? Seems like there was a lot of people that existed, They had electricity, and electricity went sideways, and most of people did too. Something to think about, you know? Lightning bolts coming from the sky, just bzz, gigawatts, right? Yeah, back to this book. In Synesthesia, as you can see, that's where this artwork is kind of like directing you. If you look real close, it's kind of like a brain, right? Looks like top-down brain view. It's interesting, right? And the whole goal, as I stated, is to help enhance that perception. I have a little mission and goal written out here in the beginning. Um, from the outside, you would just think that this is what we are, right? Somewhere down the line, we started looking inside of us and we figured out some things. There's a brain, right? There's different parts of the brain, and there's like a whole list. I got a whole anatomy book here somewhere. Love to use it. Love to talk about anatomy. I really encourage anybody, if you would like to do this practice, plan it out, right? Don't think that you can just arbitrarily start teaching your left hand how to write with your right hand. That's also why I wrote this book, because through my study, I have also found out it is potentially dangerous to do this. Yeah, because the studies have found people that do practice writing with both hands, the ambidextrous, do enhance their cognitive function. They are actually smarter than us. If you stop practicing with your left hand, you will see a cognitive decline. Oh, yeah. And so much so that, like in the movie Limitless, you would have the potential to become even less intellectual than you were before you started the practice. So, what do? I tell you what you do. Never stop, never quit. You keep going. You always practice. You have to. Everything that you do, it is a practice. Call it a practice. It used to be called wizardry or alchemy, or alchemy is like transmutation and all that of elements, which is exactly what we are doing. We are transmuting this information, right? You see it, goes in, processes, tells the hand to engage, right? See how that works? Interesting. It's so obvious, but I'm telling you right now, that precision planning is what comes with things like synesthesia. You see every single step along the way, and that's probably where a lot of instruction manuals come from. And speaking of education, the schools of thought. That's our job as light workers, as soldiers of the divine, right? Is to teach, to spread the gospel, the word. Whose word? You know, there's a lot of words, a lot of combinations of words in many different forms. Yeah. And every single one of them is another continued expression. Even the most unintelligent thing you have ever heard made you smarter, which is intelligence doing its job. I'm very much like in this theory realm of electricity is intelligence. It's omnipresent. It's literally everywhere. It's like the same definition. And then once it finds a substrate, such as a biological entity, and is able to interact with the water conduits, right? Vibrational frequency. And the more you are in alignment with what that frequency wants or desires, right? Is maintaining like the smooth, cool, harmonious existence. Because otherwise it just scatters and it's exploited and it's just could go anywhere, right? but it assimilates here in this place. And who knows, maybe it could go anywhere it wants. We don't decide that. We did not decide we existed, or did. Interesting, right? A lot of thought. A lot of thought on a Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday. I hope you had a great Taco Tuesday, everyone. And if there are any questions, comments, or concerns, I'd love to see it. I saw some engagement there on X. I got a few notifications. I can just open up a new tab over here and I could see if there's any questions, comments, or concerns over there. And while that page is loading, I would just like to say happy birthday to people having birthdays today. Yesterday, if you were not aware, was the 25th of August. Happy birthday to all those people out there. And are we going to play a birthday song? All right, so we have a few notifications. Let's see if we have any requests to even go on. Hey, send me the link, Steven. I'd love to go on your show. I love that it's not necessarily my show. I want this to be a continued show. Not like the nightly show or the daily show. No, this is like the morning show. So we do morning show things here. Extra personal, extra stretchy. We stretch here on this show. Everybody put your arms up, take a deep breath. Unless you are driving. If you were driving, you should not be watching this. grab this wrist while you're stretching. Oh, you can feel that all up in there. Yeah, you didn't know you were doing that this morning. I mean, come on. I already told you you're hydrating. Come on. Get that energy out of you. For anybody that ever gets to watch this, the way this works here at StreamYard, I will record an hour-long segment, and then within that segment, there will be an option to break it down into mini segments. So each topic can be isolated and then posted individually, independently on its own. Great, great feature. I do love me some StreamYard. Uh, the reason I wanted to tell you about this is because if you do come on the show, I can and then boom, I can send it to you just direct. If anything goes weird, if you say something you didn't want people to know, I know the internet is forever. However, there are safety rails, there are guardrails, okay, where easily, no problem, we could just cut it. As soon as you cut this off, there's like a copyright thing and it doesn't go any further. The sooner you tell me, the better, though. You delay this request, yeah, people have the ability to download your words. So I understand the hesitation to go on live. Um, I know a few people out there are just waiting for me to cross the line and start going on my tangents about how things should be versus how they are. And you know, I've I've done a lot of soul searching on those subjects. I really have. And I have a topic headline I'm going to put up that is literally, if it does not go viral and get me shut down, then I'm not doing my job. Like, it's nothing bad. It's just very, as I was breaking down this other uh, methodology to enhance intelligence, the further we go into this subject, the more I have always felt a slight resistance. Like, you would have to say it's definitely, there's no way I'm coming off as real. I have to be trolling you, right? Saying this very specific line of topic, and it's harsh. It's not harsh saying it. It's just a harsh reality to swallow. It's not what you think it is. Um, it's very much a lot to do with just all of us, all of us, every single human, all of us. Very specific demographics, I do admit. That was the 30-minute, 33-second mark. Forced a moment of silence there. So, look, what I'm telling you is we, as a population, as a species, have a lot of different variations. And uh, just to not give away the topic I'm going to bring up and just to stay on this topic, the schools of thought that exist and teach and bring people up are what we do, right? Let's just stay on that topic. And when you are here with me in the future, you're going to see where that sidebar goes and how that school of thought topic just and why we exist. Because we have 29 minutes, and in the next 29 minutes, I would like to. I think my TV froze. Very interesting. Very cool. Love it. Um, but, uh, I do not see any request on X for um questions. Bum. Would you agree that most marriages are a form of prostitution? That's a mighty sour word to associate with marriage, Stephen. It is. It is very much so. Um, and the etymology of words is where I would like to not talk about this subject anymore because you already see where I'm going with it. It is what it is. And many comedians have definitely talked about it. I actually was working on a stand up comedy. It's much more difficult than I thought it would be. I don't know why. I thought it would just come naturally. I'm going to tell you why. It is because I was trying to read a script. I learned I cannot read from a script. Words are there, other words are coming out. I don't know why. The whole status quo thing. I want it to go faster. I want more notes. I want more drums. I want more cymbals. I want more just fire. Just bring it, right? I mean, that sun out there, we are always, always having this competition. Who can be hotter? Sun's winning. 'Cause I ain't that hot. Wow. That sun's cooking lately, ain't it? Except another place. I see it's raining over there on the East Coast. Got some cats out there in Pennsylvania and West Virginia, and I don't know. My buddy in Texas, he doesn't ever post like daily here I'm in the city videos. Like you'll see him like music videos and studio, and like the music videos would suggest that it's always sunny and hot, much like what it is here. Of which I don't know if you. All right. Let's sidebar to gratitude and how grateful we are for the people in our lives, right? At the beginning, I express my gratitude for your being here. Thank you. Thank you for being here and spending your time with me. It's a beautiful day. We are happy to be alive. And the encouraging legacy of all the legends, the go getters. I heard somebody use the word tryhards one time. To all the tryhards, hmm, those who read the book, see where the book needs to be changed, look up the author, look up the publishing company, write them letters to everyone out there who is doing it. Cheers to you. God bless you. Many blessings, love, and light through that field of energy that I can clearly see. I really honestly do. I see so much. It is. I have to turn it down. It's not like the Sixth Sense. I don't see dead people. I'm not seeing dead people. Calm down. All right. It's not like that. All right. When I was a child, though, whole other subject. Whole other subject. Back to that whole lucid dream world. What's real? What's not real? What energy actually exists? Right. I'm going to tell you right now. I never met Dolly Parton. I've never met Paris Hilton. But I can tell you right now, in the moments when I have been completely asleep, for instance, gone, and I'm in another reality, like you are awake in another reality. Have you ever felt that? That lucid, absolute, 100%, you are in that world. Have you ever felt that? I am telling you, I have been backstage with Dolly Parton. She has looked me in the eyes and told me how good of a job I am doing and how much of an impact I will have on them. I'm not kidding you. Same with Paris Hilton. Like their energy, I I truly believe in energy. And every single person I have ever heard talk about Dolly Parton has never said anything other than the most amazing, incredible stories. And every single video I've never seen anything on her, which there's plenty of footage of her existence. And I'm sure she's had bad days. I'm sure she's been sad or, maybe even down. But honestly, like, can you post it in the comments? Find a video of her sad. Like, she, since a child, has been on camera just lifting the world up. And every person she comes into contact with, it seems like, wow, right? I mentioned Paris, yeah, because she's younger. She's actually the same age as I am. Um, but as just a human, that you can feel their energy. There's no malice there. Their music, their just interaction that they are presenting, you can feel that. When you walk into that room and you light it up with that smile, it was so great. The guys last night, the whole space, the ladies, the whole crew that was there, they were a gentleman on X. Goes by the name of Roe. In fact, I'll give you his handle. No, I won't. I'm just gonna say his pseudo name and like row your boat, right? Um, he was hosting the space on X, so you'd have to get an X account, and you got to get vetted by people. You can't just like roll up in people's spaces. I mean, you can just come on here and listen to whatever you want. There's all kinds of conversations going on, and but he held a very good space last night, and I I'm saying does that, but I'm saying it like does hot. I heard other people saying it. I haven't heard him say it. I gotta listen to more of his music. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot. Like the library, the catalog that he's got on here. It's a lot of music. Like not like I'm everybody's fan. I'm your biggest fan. I love you so much. Whoever's watching this out there in digital land, I appreciate you. I really do. And when all this goes virtual and we upload our consciousness to the multivac, right? The MC. You know what that is? We talked about this before. If you've been following the show, we've talked about the last question, right? Very, very interesting, insightful wisdom on the possibility and potential that this is just already the virtual reality. We've already destroyed it. We destroyed what existed through the process of uploading our consciousness into the system for it to continue to exist. We figured it out already how to simulate biological. Almost seems like that. You know, the moon did not move at all last night. Yeah, no, I saw the moon. It was right there. And when I woke up at 3:30, it was all right. So it moved a few feet. Normally, the moon will just whoa, not tonight. No, it is literally still out there, like almost in the same exact spot, like time has stopped. That's what it feels like having the synesthesia thing. And the more you connect brain hemispheres and do practices like yoga or centering, deep breathing, all that music, playing the piano, typing, that's good. Typing, you know, it's a very good instrument. All right, so all of that brought together is over thousands of years. It took them a long time to take it away. And then it seems like in the last few hundred years, there's been maybe a group of people or two that are like, we got to get it back. And in that room of people that are having that discussion, they're all like, how? Look at them. Look what happened to them. Look at their base level of intelligence. How are we going to reconnect brain hemispheres, right? How are we going to stimulate the parts of the brain that are just not moving? Just complete stagnation, stuck on whatever weird things that us humans come up with, right? The things we attach ourselves to, our belief systems, right? For instance, that's sidebar. We're not going to go into that sidebar right now. We don't want to. All right, so look, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, we are being trained to reconnect the two sides of our bodies because there are two sides of it. You're not right handed, you're not left handed, you're both handed. Not funny, but it is funny. The more you practice, the more life will change. You might become a better planner, you might foreshadow. Is it good? Is it bad? Who knows? Could you potentially be filled with anxiety, right? Looking around, other people can't keep up. They're just stuck in the shadows in the dark, unable to do anything for themselves. What's the smallest thing you can do for anyone? And that's what they mentioned last night on the show. It was in a place called the Bat Cave, by the way. I don't know if that piques anybody's interest further. But if you're on the topic of frequencies, quantum physics, other realities, interdimensional travel, that is definitely a good place for you. I stayed for a few hours and kept listening and trying to interact, but eventually just dozed right off and I told everybody, have a good night. So, just checking up with everyone, making sure we are hydrated and ready to rock and roll. And pay your respects, call your family, go make those donations, uh, walk with somebody across the crosswalk, get out there and ride the bus, leave your car at home, sit up straight, have good posture, have good air, in for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds, in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and then back out for four. Right, and hold it out. All right, you can breathe normal. Yeah, I know that was a big one right there. But keep doing, do that for like a minute. Try it for 5 minutes. Don't do it for 5 minutes because you're going to pass out. It's like trying to do this workbook for more than 15 minutes a day. You try to do the workbook more than 15 minutes a day, you might get a migraine. Yeah. You will start feeling the muscles growing inside your brain and it will hurt. Pain is good, I promise you. Yeah, I went through migraines. Yeah. It really did start to cause uh pain in my brain. Yeah. Over a period of time, maybe like just one or two. Um, the more I kept doing it, the less painful it became, right? Just like working out your legs or, anything else. How about peripheral exercises, those eye exercises? Because you do need to work your eyes out. You have eye muscles, right? What's making your little pupils go up and down? Can you control that? That's what those magic eye posters, I think, are helpful. Very helpful. You can't see them. How I actually think I learned to see them is through practicing to see auras. Yeah, no, not like, what do they call that? Aura clowning or aura dapping? What do they say now? I don't know. Somebody tried to use the word aura in a millennial gen. Just please, you know me. Use the words the way they were intended. I would appreciate it if they were spelled a little more the way they sounded, but when you really study language, you come to terms with it, right? You understand why they had to do what they did. All right, so I am looking up right now for you the eye test. Let's see if it's just already on here. If I type in the word I, no. If I type TH, right. Oh, well, this actually brings this up to the right brain, left brain test. You guys want to check this out real quick? Here, before we go into how to see auras, this is also a very, very good practice. All right. You will definitely like this one. Let's see. Share and add to screen. All right, guys, get ready. This is going to be weird. What's happening? There's a woman spinning around, a silhouette of a woman. All right. Right now, for me, she is spinning clockwise, which means I am in my right brain state of functioning. And here's the trick: get her to spin around the other direction, and that means you are now using the other functions of the brain. Oh, yeah. Now, stop thinking. Get her to stop. Slow her down. That's the real trick. That's when you know you have mastered being centered. You probably have seen these other types of eye tests and things, right? They have that one, it's like a ball inside of a room and it's not moving, it's just sitting there, but it looks like it's like slowly spinning around, right? Yeah, that's a really good one. But this one, it's definitely uh, more interactive in the sense that you can switch the direction that she is spinning. You want me to paste that copy? Put that in the comments there. Paste. There you go. All right, so you guys can copy and paste that if you want. Um, I and that's one of I post that all the time. Not all the time, but periodically I will give an acknowledgement to the good doctor of the Museum of the Mind. And now we're going to go to the prophecy. I love these prophecies. I love these things. They're so wild, so cute. Now, this one very specifically talks about the future of humanity. All right. It talks about ancient humanity. It talks about so many great things. I've read quite a bit of it, so I'm not going to go over everything. I clicked on the main page and then I clicked on the one that says aura. All right. And this is it. And it shows you, so you can see that there's been these depictions of people throughout history with these glowing orbs around them, right? So paranormal, obviously, it's definitely paranormal. So talks about how everything in the universe is just a vibration. This book right here, by the way, Freedom of Choice, great book. Great book. You can buy it, make a donation for it. If you send them an email and explain your situation, maybe you've taken a vow of poverty or something, they might hook you up with a copy, like a PDF or something. But you want an actual book, buy it. Send them $20, whatever. You're always wondering about that shirt that I'm wearing on Throat Culture. This is it. This is the website. All right, so it tells you all about the colors. Now, how to see auras. Yes, this is the one you want right here. So, as you know, like monks and people that practice devout religious exercises usually fast, right? They don't eat meat. They consume very little. Everybody loves quoting one of my favorite movies of all time, Kung Fu Panda, right? And Tiger said, a true kung fu master can survive off the drop of dew from a blade of grass and the energy of the universe. Yes. So true. And this is how you essentially get to that level. Of all the people that are able to do these practices, they do. And I'm going to tell you right now, I do it. I think it's great. Here is exercise one. And as you can see, there are two spheres, and in the center of the spheres is this dot. Now, when you do the practice, you should essentially, with your eyes, be able to make. Uh, where's the? Oh, okay. This is sorry. This is the first one. All right. So start with this, and it also tells you on here, don't do this for a long period of time. You will get headaches. This does connect parts of your brain that have never been exercised. It is painful. It will hurt. You might, if you do it, you might even want to take a nap afterwards. I'm not kidding you. This is an exhausting practice. The first one, you look at the dot, and then you will see the color of its adjacent counterpart appear around the other circle. All right, and they will merge. Like the color of the main circles will stay the same, but the blue aura will appear around the red one, and the red one will appear around the blue one. All right, got it. Okay, so second exercise. Where's the link? Why did they change this? You know, they added all the other colors on here like that, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. Yeah, people like to see all the colors. Okay, and you got the definition there, but all right, I guess I'm going to click back so I can click on exercise 2. Now, as you can see, this one gives us, they changed it up. You can change the colors of the auras now. That's really cool. But this is what you should be looking at. What is happening here? Oh yeah, first time I saw this, all kinds of stuff in my brain clicked. I was like, huh. Everybody ever hear the story about the Darwin fish, right? And it was like a secret symbol that you would show to other people of that faith or dogma, right? To kind of like a secret code, secret handshakes, right? I believe this is 100% one of those things. If you look at a lot of like different things, architecture and old history, it's made to be seen like that. There's like this whole other reality within the reality, and yeah, the contrast is so bizarre. Anyways, do you want that website? I'll put you on the first part, how to see auras. Copy that, and I'm gonna paste that right here. Paste. And let's close out the show with this little uh, disclaimer. We are not sponsored by, affiliated with uh, the doctor. I forgot his name. I know he's at Mount Best. Um, we are not affiliated or associated with anybody that has published any of this information. I am just giving it away for free um, because it's there and it's, I feel, not being used. These are tools that very highly intellectual people have given to us to enhance our reality. Whether or not we acknowledge it, I mean, to each his own, right? We all have our own shovels and our own spoons, and whatever makes it from your eyes down your arms to your hand to your mouth, from your device to your eyes, and however that's interacting with our frequencies, right? Good times, good times, good times. Go hungry. Stay hungry. Just keep being hungry, right? Be like the sun. Just consume it all. Isn't that what the sun's doing? It's like giving and taking away life. Anyways, it is now 5:56 on the West Coast, which means we're about to get a bump in viewership if I were to stay on for the next hour. Because a lot of people wake up at 6 and they're like, oh, look at this guy sitting here. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm out of coffee. And I do have a whole list of things that I guess I could be doing. Actually, I guess I could spare another 35, 45 minutes, honestly. Uh, yeah, let's keep talking about frequencies and synesthesia. And um, I might even pull up a research paper I myself did. I gave a presentation uh, in my college years on the energy because my course of study is design, right? And in the design process, we are looking at ergonomics and how we are feeling when we enter rooms, cars, using tools, right? Those are all very important questions, right? Do you feel good when you go get in your vehicle and you turn it on and all types of exhaust comes out of it, and you were just smelling all these roses and sage and thyme, and a woman's coming down the street with her new baby and they were smelling all the roses and thyme and everything, and then all of a sudden it's just exhaust and gas, and all the bees and dragonflies and little things that were mating and interacting are now like feeling like this vibrational frequency, and they're just getting shook, just distorted. Think too much, you might become a monk. That's what I think the running joke is, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm gonna pass us to another screen of the song Throat Culture. Yeah. I could stick you on maybe some old school Crimson and Clover, but I don't own that. I own Throat Culture. I need a cough. How was that? That was good. I know I sound like Kermit when I clear my throat. That's right. That's right. Um, and I have so many of these. I have like 12 people that I'm currently sub to on X, and yeah, probably not for long. Not for long. Maybe. I mean, I like the message. I feel half of them are using uh insightful psychological tactics to amplify specific messages. Who doesn't, right? Promise you, not everybody. Um, let me just, can I type in throat culture? There it is. Okay. So I'm gonna leave you with throat culture on full
At
screen.
Spectrum, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between speed,
No,
reliability, and a price you can count.
I think I just gotta hit the mute button on my end so you don't get a little echo, right? Can you still hear it? You should be able to because I didn't mute actual YouTube. So share throat culture, skip the ad, and get you through that first part. Add to stage now. Just go back there, buddy boy.
Here to share the
Oh, look
love
at it just playing.
with
Huh,
you.
groovy. All
Deep
right, so you
in
guys
the
cool with that?
heart, the sound
To
carries
share the
through.
love with you.
Deep in the heart, when you feel it, love's anew. A gust of wind through the trees. Pollen speaks to the bees. Blades of grass through a cone, manicured and trimmed up all around. Take a sip of your lonely new. Some bubbly it speaks to you. LOANE car again, fix or repair daily, time consuming friend. Systematically customized, conjured up before your eyes. I hold my Walkman on my side, deep pockets, music will arise. Here to share the love with you. Deep in the heart, the sound carries through. Deep in the heart, when you feel it, love's anew. Vocalize it, we try that, feel it inside. Express what is eternally internalized. If you've made it this far and you wonder why, Stephen, what could you mean? I reply, in the heart it lies, slumber's choice of words. Perhaps it's awake and alive and filled with joy, spreading delight. External influence, validation seekers, ego driven, the stories of old shall not be forgot. Certainly for sure you've heard it twice, count this thrice. What is meant to be will remain, it will not be forced. Organic is organic, God whom we pursue. Here to share the love with you. Deep in the heart, sound carries through. Deep in the heart, when you feel it, love's anew. Here to share the love with you. Deep in the heart, the sound carries through. Deep in the heart, when you feel it, love's anew. Here to share the love with you. Deep in the heart, the sound carries through. Deep in the heart,
Deep in the
when you
heart,
feel it,
when
love.
you feel it, love's in them. That's right. That's right. Well, thank you everyone for standing by and waiting. I do appreciate it. And welcome back to the show. It is I, your favorite star goat, and you are mine, my favorite star goat of all time. In that short, brief moment, we were able to get coffee, Love the coffee. If you're wondering, yes, I can drink this through the mask. I'm drinking it. See that? Just took a sip. There's dripping coffee all down my chin. Everything's all good. So let's not pretend you are not excited about fall. And there's going to be no more time changing. That's right. Time will now stay the same. Time will never change. Time is what it is. Just like Arizona. Golly gosh, I think coffee is great. I need everybody to please do me a favor. I'm trying to put out some positive music. I heard the music, as we discussed in the first hour, through the aether. I swear it's not my music. I'm just the conduit. The energy wants this out into existence. And let's re-record it. Do I have anybody out there that wants to record some music? Like for real? Like I know some recording studios in California. Yes, you will have to come to California. That shirt you saw me wearing in the video that I was just playing, that's a real shirt that I got from one of the websites right here in the guy from Dr. Thomas Chalco. I didn't even see it. It just popped into my brain because I've read a few of his books. They're great, and he lives in Australia at one of the ley lines. That's where I live, which is where I would like to record this music and publish it and keep sending it out into the world. What did I just say? The ley line? Am I serious? Yes, I am so serious right now. All right. Is it the lighting? Do I need to fix the lighting? Echo. Spotlight white.
Okay.
How's that? Oh, yeah. Echo. Office light white.
Okay.
Oh, let's just get lit. See, now I got like a shadow right here because this is way too bright. I'd have to change this whole thing. How's that? Kind of. I like it. I like it a lot. So what are you guys doing today? What do you got going on? I popped that in there. I said, are you guys, who's fine? Are you fine? Yeah, you're fine. Check you out. Oh gosh, no. Come on now. Here to share the love with you. Deep in the heart, the sound carries through. Why did I say that in my song? Because you have neurotransmitters in your heart. You have neurotransmitters in your tummy, your gut, your stomach. In fact, I'm pretty sure every cell in your body is some type of aware to communicate with the cells next to it. Maybe it doesn't know what the cells in the brain are doing, but the cells down in your toes has no idea. But it knows it has a job and it's doing it, right? And that's how a lot of us exist today. We're just a part of that reality, right? So, let's see. Marriages. Is there anything else that I was supposed to bring up today? I wished everybody a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And I do believe tomorrow. No, I think it's actually Friday is somebody's birthday, isn't it? That I know. No, actually, I think it's October 23rd. Yep. So, so many birthdays. You know, mine is November 4th. Yeah. You know how old I will be? Anybody? No? Don't know how old I'm going to be? All right. You don't need to know. Just kidding. I'm going to be 45. And they say your life doesn't start until you're 40. Just the way it's been designed on purpose. I truly believe that in my years of 40, that it's definitely a process of establishing different types of the definition of the word slowness, right? I know 100% I was not the sharpest crayon in the box or the most colorful marble in the basket of marbles. I know this, right? It took a lot of wax on, wax off, and other types of programming to get me to be able to be up here in this position. So I don't know, guys. Is there another way? I'm always curious. I love trying to figure that out. And a lot of this foreshadowing that we have right now is that maybe college isn't what it used to be, you know? It's what are we paying for, right? I mean, you've got to be giving me something really, really good for the money that they want, right? The trade-off just isn't there anymore. I mean, the credentials, I think, is what people might not necessarily be realizing. And a lot of that has to do with the legitimacy of grading or acknowledgement or even absorption of information. You know, are people actually going to college and learning? Right? Are they enhancing our world, or are they making it better? Or are they just learning how to capitalize on one another? You know, how do you turn your creativity into somebody's vice? Welcome to Earth 101. Or we could all just keep farming and building, and we got to tax each other on it. You know, we have to allow for people to have that autonomy and independence to find a way to figure it out. And so that subject that I told you I wasn't going to go into because it's a whole subject specifically for um, a whole other show. It's maybe Friday. Maybe Friday we'll bring this up, and it has a lot to do with devout religious practice, dedication to the craft, that type of thing. So I hope you'll tune in for that. I do also hope that you will tune in for September the 9th at 9 p.m. here in Anaheim, California for Stargoat live performance. That's me with my guitar, who is on the show with me today, as always. And we will be doing, what is that called? Music. We will be giving music out for free. We'll just out there. I'm not expecting donations or anything. I would very much like for people to just maybe sing along. Maybe bring an instrument of your own. Yeah. And if there's any riffraffs, we'll just beat them up with our tubas and guitars. Right? Right? Trombone them. Because there's no law that says you can't just start a band and walk down the street and have a parade, is there? Yes, there is. You got to have a permit for the parade. You can't just shut streets down. Which, hey, if I had enough people interested in doing that, I would pull the permit. I would 100%, whatever it, I'm sure it costs like 25 grand or something. They make it so unreachable that these huge organizations or companies with leverage can go out and do it. Us, on the other hand, no. No. We got to do it on our own time in our own way, away from everybody else, so they can't hear, they can't see. And that's why we get suppressed on social media and other places. But to get amplified, you got to step outside the box, you know? It's not all giggles. It's a lot of the first part of that statement, though, isn't it? We could just get past that, you know? There's a company in Texas back in 2006, 2007, I was researching. They were taking human waste and they had a whole sorting process, cooking, furnacing, that would just take the gases, the solids, the liquids, and they would separate everything down to its molecular level. And the end product was these cubes. They were using them as fuel cubes, which were like non-toxic, like some special about them. I don't know. From what I observed, the company vanished into thin air. Really weird because I was watching the videos, like it didn't look like they were not doing what they were saying they were doing. Like that's usually what happens. Like somebody's like making these wild claims, they've solved the energy crisis, and they're not. They didn't consider all these other things. This particular company, I don't know. It really did seem like they were on to something. They had solved two different problems, right? The human waste problem, where's all the poop and pee going, right? And then there's sometimes not enough energy, like the time Texas lost power for a period of time because it was so freaking cold and snowing. Like, what is up with that? Man, got the wrong impression of Texas, that's for sure. Texas is big. I don't know. I just pictured Texas desert. Hot, bugs. You don't want to be there. Maybe. If you learn how to tame it, right? Get you some leather boots, chaps. A horse brave enough to endure. You just might be onto something. Go get you some Bureau of Land Management property, right? Golly gosh darn. What are we gonna do, you guys? What are we gonna do? I don't know. We're gonna go keep feeding the system. That's for certain. Because got to keep things moving. You can't stop it. A lot of people want to try. A lot of people are under the impression that people are going to get left behind, but they're not. Why would they? All energy exists and is going to transmutate into another form of energy, one way or another, whether you like it or not. That's just reality. We build upon the past, figuratively and literally. It's those who come to terms with this that are able to help others, right? A lot of us become first responders. We take the classes, sensitivity training, put your right hand up. You take that oath and you do it. You put your best foot forward. And I truly believe that a lot of us do that every day, that we just get out there and we desire to see other people succeed. And a lot of people out there, they I feel might get distracted along the way, and you might end up getting jaded, bitter, because people are acting a certain way or they're treating you a certain way. So you have to like close down, put those walls up, right? Nah, you can be better than that. It's hard. It's really hard. A lot of people, you know, uh, like the song when I think about you, I touch myself, like rubbing my temples. When I think about you, this is what I actually meant. I think about you, I touch myself. Uh, just uh, that's what that song was about. You thought it was about something else. You dirty scoundrel. You scallywag. Hmm. No, we're all here together. All right, we're all part of this. And the more we are able to teach skills and responsibility, true empathy, yeah, come back on Friday. We're going to talk about where we are going and how we have been getting there and how the plan is being carried out perfectly. Everything is going according to plan. It's exacting. And that's something to smile about. Control truly is an illusion, my friends. Enjoy the ride. Take the information, the data that you've absorbed throughout your lifetime with what pastors and preachers and current conversations, like, I don't know, it must have been 6 times yesterday I heard the word used, discernment, right? I heard people talking about swords of discernment. I saw a post about, uh, Lord, give me, like, the first thing you should say every day, the guy said, in your head is, let me go into this day with discernment, right? And who was it? I don't know. I swear it was like 6 different people yesterday. Yesterday was just Taco Tuesday. It wasn't even the Sabbath. I mean, phew, that's some heavy stuff, right? But due diligence, right? Grain of salt. Water on a duck's back. That's a good one too, right? Water on a duck's back slides right off. Water under the bridge, it's gone, right? The only thing you can do and be certain of is that you matter because it's literal physical matter that is the stardust and it's the greatest of all time. Other than that, what else is going on? Go to Disneyland, go get a car, go to Knott's Berry Farm, go to, I don't know, Camelot, Roaring Rapids, go miniature golfing, go karting, go rent a musical instrument. Yeah, what did you play in high school? Go rent it. Eh, Get it on a monthly, go buy one. You got all that money, what are you doing? Yeah, play. And then your neighbor comes over and they're like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "I don't know. What are you doing?" I don't know. Just get down and boogie with him. Like, bro, what did you play in high school? Nothing? Ah, bummer. Because that really is life. You didn't know. I encourage people to look a little deeper. If you really truly feel that inflicting violence and harm upon one another for personal gain is the only way, I mean, it's been voted on. It literally has. It's our society now. It's tractors and trucks and trains, and it's a lot of people trying to correct that course. But it's just like any dogma that exists, the different people out there that are just devout followers of that, like they can't let go of it. They won't let go of it. Like it's their security blanket. That's the only way. No other way can be. And those are the hills we die on, right? So 6:23 on the West Coast. Thank you everyone for being here. Looks like everybody might still be sleeping. I do believe there was a power outage. Or you didn't want to hear me talking about the weather today. A lot of people I know saw the subject and were like, I don't know what that is. I am not watching it. What is on his head? I'm going to imagine everybody is going to go um, as a sociopath for Halloween, which just means you're going as yourself. At least the 4 people watching this, I definitely know that you don't even need a costume. You're wearing it. Right? It's funny. It's not funny. All right. You want me to do my stand-up bit? All right. I'll try it. Just for y'all. So I recorded this the other day. I was like standing up and I worked at Amazon. I did. I worked in logistics. I have a degree in project management and planning beyond my degree in design. And I'm going to tell you right now, at any given time, there's at least 10 to 20,000 adult toys inside of a Connex all across every shipping yard in the world. Each one has that many lined up, ready to go on a conveyor belt with an assembly line of people wearing gloves and masks. They should have blinders on so they can't see each other's expressions because I'm telling you, the sensitivity training that we have to go through. Talk about schools of thought. But this tells us a lot of things about our society. I mean, we're talking by the millions. These things are being shipped around the world. Containers full, 8 foot by 8 foot by 40 foot, filled wall to wall. I used to live in one of those things. No, not the ones they're shipping right now. I mean, like when I was deployed, like a Connex, right? A chew, the combat housing. Anyway, so yeah, imagine me going across the Atlantic in one of these giant adult toy filled. No, don't imagine that. Get that out of your head now. Delete, Control Alt, poop, gone. Okay, seriously, there's a loneliness issue, right? In the future, archaeologists are going to be digging up these things by the million. They're going, man, I had some great 3D printing technology, but they just could never find each other, could they? They found great 3D printing technology, but they couldn't find each other. I can't laugh. I can laugh. I came up with that. It, okay, so like I I think I want to drop in the other part of the joke that's similar, kind of related. All right, so like yeah, everybody knows I got a job at Amazon. And then see, I have to like dead face that. And then because the when I got a job at Amazon, right? And then it has somehow I did this at a party. I was at a party and they all already knew I worked at Amazon. So when I said I got a girlfriend at Amazon, later in the conversation, see, and so after I finish that up, I'll say that. I'll be like, yeah, got a girlfriend at Amazon. No, no, they don't sell girlfriends. They didn't ship me one. I didn't buy no, like actually while I was working there, like I met somebody. That's what I meant. But see, then I gotta like talk then yeah, different subject. I have to get off the internet, right? And now it is time. I've been doing this for an hour and a half, and that's plenty of time. It's plenty of time to crack jokes and talk about, synesthesia and not saying that right. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Go out there and share that love. Be a part of the book. That's all we can do, right? If you know more, share it. If you know less, share that too. I want to hear it, right? We said that earlier. Let's just recap. Even the lowest, seemingly unintelligent being, creature, observation is providing data for you to become more intellectual. Please, please, please go to Amazon.com. You will find my book. It has this little T on it. That means it's real. That means it's legit. Okay. That means it is the actual copy of this book, two sides to me, indicating two sides, the whole body to me, right? The whole me, right? Okay. Practice. Find out what happens. Who knows? It could be you. You could be the new iPhone. You could be the new Chevy Camaro. The whole world will just make statues of you and love you. Me, I had to put it in my will to get a statue of me. Nobody's like, oh, we're gonna go make a statue of Steven. I don't need a statue of me, except by my own request. And the sole purpose of my statue is to be a representation of, well, if you know what's in my living will, you would understand. But yes, it does say that. I'll find it one day. I'll read it to you. But yes, there's to be a statue of me wearing a ski mask. Or no, I'm holding a ski mask in one hand and something else in my other hand. I don't even remember. Maybe my shorts. Yes. But I should just be in the nude, like the statue of David. Beautiful me running naked. Water, like squirting out the top of my head or something. I don't know. Place for squirrels and birds to sit and have meetings. but like the actual biological being should be used for science. Brain cryogenically frozen, reanimated alongside Walt Disney whenever that technology emerges. Happy Wednesday to you. Hour and 30 minutes, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Lots of love, lots of peace, lots of happiness. Go out there and just, if you can't, call me. Call me. All right. You got my number on X, Facebook. I probably won't answer. I won't recognize your phone number unless you're in my contacts. Then yeah, of course I'll answer. Maybe. If I don't recognize your number, the AI on the phone will ask you who you are and just say, "Hey, I saw you on YouTube. Is this your business line?" It is. I have a business line. Do you like my business line? Can I just give that out? I mean, there's 4 people watching. I mean, one of those people could be myself watching myself accidentally on one of these other screens. Wouldn't that be funny? Huh. So that would mean there's only 3 people watching. Nope, I closed my other screen there on my X account, so it's definitely not me. So, no, you can hit me up on Facebook. Send a friend request. I check it periodically. Definitely go on X. Like I see X requests. Like I get notifications all day for that. Questions, comments, or concerns?